A regular meeting of the City Council held in the Council Chamber on Thursday, February 23rd, 2017 at 7 p.m. for the purpose of transacting any and all business. Notice of this meeting was posted on February 21st, 2017 at 11:16 a.m. This meeting is being taped and is live on SATV. If everybody could kindly silence their phones. All councilors are present. Council President Milo presided. Councilor McCarthy moved to dispense with the reading of the record of the previous meeting. All those in favor? All those opposed? Please rise and join us to recite the Pledge of Allegiance, led by Councilor Dibble.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Hearings, none. Appointments and reappointments.
Held from the last meeting, the mayor's appointment of Raymond Schwartz, 30 Ocean Ave, to serve as a member of the Bicycle Advisory Committee with a term to expire on February 9th, 2020.
Councilor Terrio.
Thank you, Madam President. I move for confirmation by roll call vote.
Councilor Terrio moves for confirmation by roll call vote. Under discussion?
Thank you, Madam President. Yes, Mr. Schwartz is a neighbor of mine, lives a couple blocks away, is a longtime cyclist, longtime advocate for cycling, does software development at MIT, has a long background as a commuter and user, and is very active in the local bicycling community. And I think he'll be a great addition to our committee.
Thank you. Any further discussion? On Councilor Terrio's motion for confirmation by roll call vote, Madam City Clerk?
Councilor Terrio?
Yes.
Councilor Sargent?
Yes.
Councilor Ryan?
Yes.
Councilor McCarthy?
Yes.
Councilor Lovely?
Yes.
Councilor Gerard?
Yes.
Councilor Fury?
Yes.
Councilor Fimico?
Yes.
Councilor Epley?
Yes.
Councilor Dibble?
Yes.
Councilor Milo?
Yes. Thank you. On the matter of the appointment of Raymond Schwartz to the Bicycle Advisory Committee, 11 councilors voting, 11 in the affirmative, 0 in the negative. The matter carries. Councilor Terrio.
Thank you, Madam President. I'd like to move for suspension of the rules to allow Mr. Schwartz to address us.
Seeing no objection.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm supposed to say something, huh? Well, I guess the main thing I want you to know about me is that I've been bicycling in Boston traffic for 45 years, and I've never had a serious accident. So I think...
Just jinx the whole thing.
Alive. So I think I can bring my experience to the committee.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Congratulations. I'm going to back up for just a moment. I failed to mention that there is no public testimony tonight.
Why? Thank you very much.
Further appointments and reappointments.
We have the mayor's reappointments of the following names, boards, commissions, and committees with the following terms to expire.
Waive the reading.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Councilor Lovely?
Yes, I believe nobody's spoken to me directly today, but generally this was something that I thought would help move the council along. But this time, before I ask for confirmation by roll call vote, perhaps there may be a councilor who, either by conflict or some other reason, would like to take somebody out of this. I think this would be the time to do it prior to my motion for roll call vote.
Councilor Fimico?
Thank you, Madam President. I would like to remove David Hart, which is a reappointment for the Historical Commission, from that roll call vote and divide the question for that.
Okay. On Councilor Fimico's motion to divide the question and remove David Hart from the list, all those in favor? All those opposed? The matter carries. Councilor Lovely?
At this time, I move the remainder of these appointments be approved by roll call vote.
Councilor Lovely moves...
President?
Oh, sorry.
Jean Harrison on the Disabilities Commission's appointment, she withdrew.
Okay.
I think it might be appropriate that I I should have made this motion that we remove her as well and place the matter on the table.
Okay, on Counsel Lovely's motion to table the matter, there's no,
Well, just a motion to remove her from the list and to table, the matter being non-debatable. We
okay,
just need a
it's
second.
tabled, okay,
Just need
thank
a
you.
second, though.
All right. So now we're going to vote on Counsel Lovely's motion to approve these appointments by roll call vote. Madam City Clerk?
Counselor Terrio?
Yes.
Counselor Sargent?
Yes.
Counselor Ryan?
Yes.
Counselor McCarthy?
Yes.
Counselor Lovely?
Yes.
Counselor Gerard?
Yes.
Counselor Fury?
Yes.
Counselor Famiko?
Yes.
Counselor Epley?
Yes.
Counselor Dibble?
Yes.
Counselor Milo?
Yes. On the matter of appointments, reappointments listed, we have 11 counselors voting, 11 in the affirmative, 0 in the negative. The matter carries. Counselor Epley.
Madam President, just a point of parliamentary inquiry. We did have a motion to table that was brought by Councillor Lovely. Can we go back to that to vote on that as a body?
If somebody chooses to move it from the table in the future.
I think we actually need to vote on that, because I don't think we voted.
On tabling, Ms. Harrison.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, okay. All right, well, let's back up again on Counsel Lovely's motion to table the appointment of Jean Harrison.
Second.
Is that by roll call vote?
We never voted on it. No.
Sorry?
I seconded it, but we didn't vote on it.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, so all those in favor? Opposed? That matter carries. Thank you. Now we're at communications from the mayor. Oh, Counsel Lovely.
I think, just a point of order, I think we have to take up the nomination, or the David Hart matter.
Oh,
That's
did you?
before us.
Okay, all
We
right.
just removed it from this list. It's now before us.
Sorry, Counselor Famiko.
Thank you, Madam President. I move that this reappointment get moved to the Committee on Government Services,
Okay.
posted.
Co-posted, okay.
Second.
Do you have a second? Okay. On Counselor Famiko's motion that this appointment be moved to, I'm sorry, what was it?
Government Services.
Government Services, all those in favor? All those
Under
opposed?
discussion.
Discussion.
Co-posted.
Under discussion, Madam President.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
Losing
So
it
this
tonight.
particular individual, when this had come up to us for the last reappointment, I believe it was about 2 or 3 years ago, there were some reservations by counselors then. Since then, I've actually talked to one counselor who was leading that and apologized to him because at that time I hadn't listened and thought, okay, if people have skills, it's enough. This past year, I'd gone to a meeting and there was a woman there who had gone in. She wasn't an architect, she wasn't a lawyer. She was going through the process of fixing her porch that was currently being held up by stilts. And one member of the commission was just very kind and helped her through it and showed her how to do it and everything. And granted, the application probably wasn't where it should be. The lady, she ended up getting approved, no problem. But as she had left the room, the next person up was an architect who had 2 downtown projects. And this appointment of ours took and essentially mocked the person, saying to this new architect, oh, are we going to be planning your whole project too? And with that demeanor towards a member of the public, and there were still other members of the public in the audience, I found it not to be okay. And while we're looking for skill sets, I think we're also looking at people that can interface with our community and who can understand that people are coming in with different levels. Some people are the architects, some people are the lawyers, but some people are just the people who are just trying to get their porches fixed so that their house doesn't fall off and like that. So that's why I'd like to bring this to committee to have a further discussion with others about this and see where we go from there.
Any further discussion? Counselor Fury.
Madam President, I've served 20 years, and I know most of these people on the boards, and we're very blessed to have each and every one serve on the board. They are the wind beneath our wings. They give us the expertise, their professional resume, and they serve so well. We may disagree on certain approaches, certain tactics, certain views, and I have the highest respect for Mr. Hart. And I've seen him serve this city so well. So I don't think it's appropriate to just pull this one name out on a disagreement on one particular issue. Overall, 99.5%, most of these people do a dynamite job. And I think to send it to subcommittee is inappropriate and doesn't show us our best face in the process. So I disagree.
Counselor Famico, then Counselor Epley.
I would note that this wasn't a one-time thing. There are other people that they're being required more than what it is. This isn't just one example that I'm citing from that day. And actually, what I didn't add with that particular day, I spoke up as a member of the audience and I said, you know, that wasn't okay to say. That was not kind. That woman who's coming in here just to fix her house, she is not an architect. She's in here just for that meeting. There was no recollection, no one said anything at that. And while that's just one thing, whereas it was brought up a couple years ago, the same thing, yes, people have expertise, but we have the expertise at different levels, so for that. So I can understand others not wanting to send this to committee, but if we do vote on this tonight, I can say I will be voting no on this reappointment.
Counselor Epley, Counselor McCarthy.
Thank you, Madam President. I was the counselor who actually brought up this individual 3 years ago when he originally came up for reappointment because of concerns at that time concerning his demeanor and rapport with the public. It did go to committee. It was voted down. It was supported in the committee, and we ended up with a 10-to-1 vote. And I was the lone person against. My position then and my position now, I greatly respect the at-large counselor. When he says that we have all of these volunteers, we do have all of these volunteers, and we do respect and honor the amount of time and commitment and expertise that all of these individuals provide for all of our commissions and boards. But there is a minimum level of respect that we expect from all of our appointees. And I would also add that, there is criticism, perhaps sometimes legitimate, from either other counselors or the general public at times about this council being a rubber stamp. And one of the jobs that we have is in this confirmation process is this role. And so it is an important role. We shouldn't just rubber stamp any appointment or reappointment. That's not our job. We should be looking into this with deference, certainly to the administration. But if there are some issues relative to the decorum of a particular appointee, then we should address it, especially when it's been brought up before and apparently it's continued to be a problem over the course of the last couple of years. So I appreciate the Ward 2 counselor bringing this into committee, and I look forward to that discussion.
Thank you. Counselor McCarthy.
Thank you, Madam President. I agree with everything that's being said, but the fact of the matter is when reappointments are typically with the will is if these are appointments that we have approved in the past, and the mayor has, as we've asked her in the past, is to update these lists as best as they can on a timely manner so that when their appointments are up, they get reappointed, so that there isn't a fall-off period. The Ward 2 council has every right to ask for this. I agree with that, but at the same time is much like as soon as she asked for this, much like someone who is being appointed for the first time has the ability, we hold that, and then that person is available in the committee. I feel that we shouldn't be having a discussion about the particulars of this because Mr. Hart isn't here to defend himself nor be questioned. So at this point, the question should be move it to committee or not move it to committee, and then deal with it in the committee, because I really feel that we're not doing any service to Mr. Hart for all his work. I mean, if there's some legitimate questions, rightly so, that's fine. But the fact of the matter is he's not here, or no one's here to address that. So right now, we're in city council. We're not in a committee meeting. Let's move the question, and then if it moves to committee, then Mr. Hart can come in and have a conversation. That's how I feel about this one.
Thank you. Councilor Lovely.
Yeah. I've known Mr. Hart for as long as I've been involved in city government. I've always known him to be a gentleman, a very hard worker, puts a lot of time. It's his passion, the Historic Commission, and his love for architecture, older buildings. I've been in front of him as an attorney as well as a city councilor, and as well as an individual with properties that I had an interest in. I'm disappointed that this is brought up at the last minute. That there wasn't, I have not heard anything in regards to any inappropriate behavior at a meeting from Mr. Hart or anybody else for that matter. And I think if it was brought to the attention of the mayor, perhaps she would have addressed it. I'm not sure if she's aware of these things that happened at meetings, but I have nothing but the highest respect for Mr. Hart, and the mayor's seen fit to reappoint him, and I'm going to support that and be opposed to it sending to committee.
Okay. On, Counselor Sargent.
Well, thank you, Madam President. I too support David Hart. I mean, for all the boards that were before, some of the meetings before the boards get pretty contentious. I mean, the public gets pretty involved. There's a lot of passion to some of these things, and comments are made. But, I get a pretty thick skin. I hope everybody else does. I mean, we're working on it, and sometimes it's just a comment. It may be an attempt at humor, and we're not always that good at it. Just asking somebody if we have to plan this one too after spending some time on another one that may have been, have to go before another board first and was before historical. Comments are made. We have to be able to get by those things and have what I call a midnight reset button. And some of this, I think, is a little bit personal. And
Point of order,
Yeah.
Madam President, for the personal comment.
Thank you.
is-
Counselor Sargent, please refrain from.
Okay, well, I don't agree with some of the reasons I feel this is going on. And David Hart has given tremendous service to the city. I remember when I was a young councilor, they were planning the Parker Brothers site. That project came in, it looked like a bunch of boxes. You couldn't see the water, you couldn't have the sight lines. David Hart, on his own time, redesigned that whole project, made a PowerPoint presentation, came in, we had a meeting at Old Town Hall. He took it from what it was, moved this building to there, that building to there, just like you would see on TV on a computer program. And at the end of it, the owners and the planners and the people who are planning the project just said, okay, that's good. I mean, that's the kind of thing he does for the city. Without David Hart, we'd be looking at a bunch of box buildings down there on the water. It would look nothing like it looks today. I mean, that man's service to the city is unquestionable, and I would be against it going to committee, and I wholeheartedly support David Hart in his appointment. Thank you.
I'd remind you all of Council McCarthy's comments earlier about we're not in a committee meeting, so let's keep focused on the matter before us. Councilor Epley.
Thank you, Madam President. I would just note that we had, this is not the first time, even in this term, that we've referred a reappointment to committee. As a matter of fact, we referred the reappointment of Mickey Northcutt to the CPC. And I find it ironic that some councilors who were for that going to committee are against this appointment going to committee over ill-advised comments.
Thank you. Okay, Councilor.
please.
Yep.
Do we have a roll call vote, Madam President?
Okay, on Councilor Famico's motion that this be moved to committee, moving the question, Madam City, by roll call vote. Co-posted, we've got it co-posted, right? Councilor Turrio?
I'll just require the hands for roll call vote. So.
Oh, sorry, okay. 3 hands. Madam City Clerk?
Counselor Turrio?
Yes.
Counselor Sargent?
No.
Counselor Ryan?
Yes.
Counselor McCarthy?
Yes.
Counselor Lovely?
No.
Counselor Gerard?
Yes.
Counselor Fury?
No.
Counselor Famico?
Yes.
Counselor Epley?
Yes.
Counselor Dibble?
Yes.
Counselor Milo?
Yes. On Councilor Famico's motion to move the reappointment of David Hart to the Committee on Government Services, we have 11 councilors co-posted with the Committee of the Whole. We have 11 councilors voting, 8 in the affirmative, 3 in the negative. The matter carries. Communications from the mayor.
We have a resolution for tax increment financing agreement for Nomkeg LLC located at 131 to 135 Boston Street for a period of 5 years.
Councilor Gerard.
Thank you, Madam President. I can go either way on this. On our agenda here, it says move for adoption by roll call vote, but I know some members are interested in it going to committee, so whatever is the will of the body, I will gladly move. How about if I say
Move it to committee?
the committee? Move it to Administration and Finance, co-posted with the Committee of the Whole.
Okay, under discussion?
Thank you, Madam President. Actually, this is a very exciting TIF that we have before us. A&J King has been doing business here for a number of years. They have this very thriving business. They have had opportunities to get larger accounts, and because of the size of their current space, they can't. They can't accommodate those bigger accounts. So they have the opportunity to purchase this this space over on Boston Street, and they also want to put a cafe there as well. So, and I know in speaking with the Ward 4 councilor that this would be fantastic and exciting, and this would revitalize, begin more and more revitalization of Boston Street. And from the city perspective, it would be a 5-year TIF, and currently at that site, the owner, who is the NOMCAG that really the TIF is for, they pay $14,000 a year in taxes, but once this renovation is done and once A&J King is open there, it's going to be $42,000 a year in taxes. So I'm certainly in support of this, but again, happy to send this to my committee, to Administration and Finance, and I'd like to, and co-post it with the Committee of the Whole, and I'd like to have it before our next meeting on March 9th so we can hopefully vote this out.
Thank you. Any further discussion? Councilor Fury.
Madam President, this, guys, I was born on Peters Laundry's property, the previous owner. The piece of property now that we have on Boston Street is derelict, unused, an eyesore on an entrance corridor. So this is an exciting idea, what a TIF is all about, to give that piece of property a whole new facelift, a whole new renaissance, and be a part of a thriving part of Boston Street, which would have some possible new facelift in funding by the City of Salem as an entrance corridor from Peabody to Salem. An exciting opportunity there. When I was, one of the house that was torn down to make property for the NOMCAG, for the condominiums, on it says nothing took place on that site. So I concur, nothing took place on that site when I was born. But it's going to be an exciting opportunity for the City of Salem to see that property restored and fixed up. And thank you very much.
Further discussion. Councilor Epley, then Councilor Dibble? No? Okay, just Councilor Epley. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam President. As the host ward councilor for this proposal, I'm thrilled with it. I certainly appreciate colleagues wanting to ask questions. I have no problem with this going to committee. I just hope for a quick turnaround. It will be fantastic for the Boston Street corridor. In the interest of full disclosure, I would be just probably about a block and a half, 2 blocks away. I don't know if that's good or bad, but I definitely know that for the sake of the neighborhood and for the Boston Street corridor, it's definitely a fantastic find.
Thank you. Councilor Ryan.
Thank you, Madam President. And being the former Ward 4 councilor, on your way there, you got to stop by Dairy Witch. On the way back. I don't have a problem with this. I just remember, I think it was with former Councilor Vino or preview, we talked about anything with financial matters should always go into the committee. Just even if something's simple, we should always send it to the committee just to look at it. But I don't have any issues with it. I think it'll be great for Boston Street. I used to get my laundry there, but now they have been closed for a while. And Jim Moskovitz, God rest his soul, would be right around the corner. He'd be there all the time, probably. All right, thank you.
Thank you, Councilor. Any further discussion? On, seeing none, on Councilor Gerard's motion, all those in favor? Opposed? Matter carries. Mayor's informational page, none. Motions, orders, and resolutions. Councilor Gerard.
Thank you, Madam President. City of Salem in the year 2017, an ordinance to amend an ordinance relative to traffic, be it ordained by the City Council of the City of Salem as follows. Section 1, Chapter 42, Section 50B, handicap parking limited time. Appleton Street in front of number 61 for a distance of 20 feet, handicap parking tow zone. Section 2, this ordinance shall take effect as provided by City Charter. I move for adoption for first passage.
Thank you. Councilor Gerard moves for adoption for first passage. Under discussion.
Thank you, Madam President. This constituent of mine had contacted me about needing the space in front of her house and spoke with Lieutenant Przewski, who spoke with the resident, and he supports this, so I support it as well.
Okay. Any further discussion? Seeing none, on Councilor Gerard's motion, all those in favor? All those opposed? Matter carries. Further motions, orders, and resolutions. Councilor Ryan.
Thank you, Madam President. City Council, February 23rd, 2017, ordered that the attached tag day application for Salem High School strength and conditioning on February 26th, 2017, March 2nd, 2017, and March 26th, 2017 be granted.
Under discussion?
On discussion, bringing this in because February 26th, a couple days away, so they need to get this passed.
Okay.
Normally, we'll go a different route, but that's why we're doing it.
Okay, any further discussion? Seeing none, on Councilor Ryan's motion, all those in favor? All those opposed? Matter carries. Committee reports. Councilor Ryan.
Different files here, sorry. All right, so this is the tag day. All right. City Council, February 23rd, 2017, the Committee on Ordinance, License, Legal Affairs, to whom referred the matter of granting certain licenses, had considered said matter and recommend approval. Tag days, Salem High School Boys Lacrosse, 4/1/17, 4/29/17, and May 5th, 2017.
Okay, on acceptance of the report, all those in favor? All those opposed? On the adoption of the recommendation, under discussion?
On discussion, this is normally the process for the tag days, would go to committee, and then we would approve them. No further
Okay,
discussion.
any other discussion? No? All those in favor? All those opposed? Matter carries. Further committee reports, Councilor Ryan.
City Council, February 23rd, 2017, the Committee on Ordinances, License, Legal Affairs, co-posted with the Committee of the Whole, to whom was referred the matter reviewing ordinances relative to sections 2-142, 2-132, 2-381, and 2-533 regarding compensation for the mayor, city clerk, and assistant city clerk, has considered said matter and would recommend amending section 2-381, which is the city clerk's compensation, by adding at the end of the sentence, and the assistant city clerk. And then also moving both matters out of committee and referring them to the Administration and Finance to discuss the compensation where the mayor's one should have went originally.
Okay, on acceptance of the report, all those in favor? All those opposed? On adoption of the recommendation, under discussion?
Discussion, all right. So we had, as far as the mayor's pay, we have to look at it by ordinance every biennial year, so which is the odd year. And in the ordinance, it should go to Administration and Finance within the first 3 months and be reported out by the first meeting in April. But since we also have the city clerk's thing, they both came together. The original city clerk ordinance read, the city council should be solely responsible for setting the compensation of the position of the city clerk, period. We figured that we should add, and the assistant city clerk, because in case the city clerk's not here, they will be acting as the city clerk, so we should have control over that. As far as what the compensation is, that's up to the Administration and Finance Committee to report back to the city council, but I figured this should be changed, they should be tied together. I don't think we've ever reviewed, as far as times I was on the council, the city clerk's pay, but it's in the ordinance, so I want to thank Councilor Fury for bringing this in, so we'll make the change, and we'll get it out of committee and over to Administration and Finance, hopefully co-posted with the Committee of the Whole.
Okay, any further discussion? Councilor Fury.
Madam President, I strongly concur, and I appreciate Councilor Ryan doing it, Chairman Ryan doing this, because it's all in a positive situation. Because I think we all need to respect and recognize the role and responsibility of our city clerk and our assistant city clerk. We have this room next to us, Josephine R. Fishko Council Conference Room, city clerk, that I had the pleasure of serving on the school committee with and the city council with, 1976 and 1992, and some of us served with her. A nice tribute to her. And also we have room number 1 downstairs, named after Debbie Birkinshaw, previous city clerk, that Cheryl was the assistant city clerk, her right arm, and great asset. And the role of the city clerk, the assistant city clerk, is so important to the role and responsibility of the city council. Even this agenda tonight, she's like the Keith Lockhart of the Boston Pops and the Boston Symphony. She keeps us in order. And I think something like this is very appropriate to go to finance. Hopefully we a very positive and above-board situation that we can get this resolved in a very positive way, because the city council appoints the city clerk and sets the salary. Cheryl and Eileen exemplify what it is to be exceptional city clerks who make our jobs so much easier. So I'm looking forward to progress by April on the mayor's salary and on the city clerk's salary and the assistant city clerk's salary. Without them, we wouldn't be here. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Counselor Fury. Any other discussion on Counselor Ryan's, on the adoption of the recommendation? All those in favor? Opposed? Matter carries. Further committee reports. Counselor Ryan.
Thank you, Madam President. City Council, February 23rd, 2017, Committee on Ordinances, License, and Legal Affairs, co-posted with the Committee of Whole, to whom was referred the matter of amending an ordinance relative to traffic, Section 42, Chapter 42, Section 55B, prohibited from parking commercial vehicles in residential districts, has considered said matter and would recommend placing the matter on unfinished business for the next council meeting for second passage.
Okay, on acceptance of the report, all those in favor? All those opposed? On adoption of the recommendation, under discussion.
Under discussion, we can't do second passage tonight because it was just posted, advertised yesterday, so it needed time to be, people to know about it. So it would be placed on, if it gets approved, on unfinished business on the next council meeting, which would be the first meeting in March for second and final passage. There were no amendments made to the ordinance. What this ordinance was to stop commercial vehicles, a loophole where they park in front of a business, a non-conforming business, and they park a commercial vehicle that had nothing to do with that business, and the police can't enforce it, they can't give them a ticket. Normally, under this ordinance, in a regular residential area, you cannot, it's illegal to park a commercial vehicle. But if there's a business that's non-conforming, you can park a commercial vehicle, and there's the loophole there. I mean, if Council Lovely wants to talk about it, but basically, I think that's what it was.
Okay, thank you. Any further discussion? Seeing none, on adoption of the recommendation, all those in favor? All those opposed? Matter carries. Further committee reports. Counselor Ryan. Let the record reflect that Counselor Gerard is recusing herself, and Counselor Famico.
City Council, February 23rd, 2017, the Committee on Ordinances, License, and Legal Affairs, co-posted with the Committee of Whole, to whom was referred the matter of a community benefits agreement with North Shore Medical Center, has considered said matter and would recommend that it remain in committee.
On acceptance of the report, all those in favor? All those opposed? On adoption of the recommendation, under discussion.
We just wanted to look at it a little bit more, but hopefully we can have it reported out by the first meeting in March. I don't think it's time sensitive, but we just wanted to look at it more and hopefully get it out within the next couple of meetings.
Any further discussion? Seeing none, on adoption of the recommendation, all those in favor? All those opposed? Matter carries. Further committee reports, and we'll wait till Councilor Gerard reappears. Councilor Gerard.
And I arrived. You. City of Salem and City Council, February 23rd, 2017, the Committee on Administration and Finance, co-posted with the Committee of the Whole, to whom was referred the matter of a $250,000 appropriation capital outlay renovation and repair account to be expended for the design phase of the Essex Street roadway improvement project by the Engineering Department. Has considered said matter and would recommend approval.
Thank you. On acceptance of the report, all those in favor? All those opposed? On adoption of the recommendation, under discussion.
Thank you, Madam President. We had a great discussion with, the mayor was in attendance, as well as the city engineer, talking about the necessity for these funds to go towards just the design phase, and the mayor and the city engineer also said that this is going to be an open process, that they want to involve the residents as well as the businesses that are on this section of Essex Street as they're going forward and doing the design. So this was approved unanimously in committee.
Thank you. Any further discussion? On adoption of the recommendation, all those in favor? Oh,
Discussion?
sorry, I missed, yes, Councilor Dibble.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I had a couple of wonderful meetings with our city engineer, one on site where we walked the street, spent about an hour talking about several things, and then again this afternoon. I'm concerned about the potential, if we widen sidewalks there, the loss of trees, both new and old, the potential loss of parking along the street. I believe $250,000 in the design cost is huge, but we don't even know where potentially $3 million in construction costs might come from. So if we're spending $250,000 now, $3 million soon to renovate the street, that's a lot of money. That's a huge amount of money. I'm concerned with simply taking things out and replacing them for the sake of updating them when they might be functioning fine now. I'm concerned with the $3.25 million for this one long block, if you would. 3 small blocks, or on the other side of the street is 1 long block. I'm concerned about it.
Thank you, Councilor Dibble. Any further discussion? Seeing none, on the adoption of the recommendation, all those in favor? All those opposed? The matter carries. Further committee reports. Councilor Dibble.
Yes, thank you, Madam President. In City Council, February 23rd, 2017, the Committee on Community and Economic Development co-posted with the Committee of the Whole, to whom was referred the matter of the Housing Development Incentive Program, has considered said matter and would recommend that the matter remain in committee.
On acceptance of the report, all those in favor? All those opposed? On adoption of the recommendation, under discussion, Councilor Dibble?
Yes, very briefly, there were several councilors and members of the public that had series of questions, and the mayor's office agreed to supply answers, and the city planner as well, answers in a package to come back. Once we receive that information, then we'll be setting another committee meeting to review that additional information and concerns, and then hopefully remand it back at our next meeting to the full council.
Thank you. Any further discussion? On adoption of the recommendation, all those in favor? All those opposed? Matter carries. Further committee reports, Councilor Dibble?
Yes, thank you, Madam Chair. In City Council, February 23rd, 2017, the Committee on Community and Economic Development, to whom the matter was referred, the matter of off-street parking on Bridge Street at 50 St. Peter Street to be posted for public parking from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., limited to 4 hours at $1 per hour, has considered the matter and would recommend that the order be adopted.
On acceptance of the report, all those in favor? All those opposed? On adoption of the recommendation, under discussion.
Not really. This is really straightforward, I think.
Okay, any further discussion? On adoption of the recommendation, all those in favor? All those opposed? Matter carries. Communications from city officials? None. Petitions?
We have a petition from Verizon to install a conduit from Derby Street to the property located at 24 Fort Ave.
Hearing ordered, March 9th, 2017. Further petitions?
We have a request from B&S Fitness to hold a road race, the Black Cat 10 and 20 miler, and use of city streets on March 11, 2017.
Councilor Famico.
Thank you, Madam President. Move this be granted
Councilor.
with certain conditions.
Okay, Councilor Famico moves that this be granted. Under discussion.
Yes, so their plan for notification to residents is by letter for Little Hawthorne Boulevard. I'm also asking that they could contact the NIAC representatives from the different wards that they'll be running through, so that those different presidents of the neighborhood associations could help notify their residents as well. This goes down Lafayette Street, it goes down Derby Street, all along the Willows, of course, and some final places, but just so that people have an idea of what's happening where. And then also, if we could just let B&S Fitness know going forward to provide maps that are a little bit clearer to view, and possibly maybe some step-by-step written instructions as well. I pulled their map up on their North Shore timing site, but the actual map, I had a hard time following where the actual race route was.
Thank you. Any further discussion? Councilor Sargent.
Thank you, Madam President. I'm just curious, what percentage of this is going to a Salem charity? Because we had talked about this in the past, and it's coming up quick, so it's too late to put it in committee. And I wish this had been in sooner so we could put it in committee and bring them in and ask them. But the nonprofits, like the Boys Club doing a road race, all well and good, it goes to the Boys and Girls Club. But the for-profits are supposed to be giving some kind of donation to Salem charities. So if we could, please.
Councilor Gerard.
Thank you, Madam President. This, in the application, it says that this is for the Allie Kastner Scholarship Memorial Fund. Allie Kastner was a young girl in Marblehead who was killed by a car. She was hit in a crosswalk, and this race is going through Salem and Marblehead. So that's the charity that they're donating to. And most people, I think, if you see those stickers or the magnets that say "Slow down for Allie," that's what this is going towards. So it'll be good to have a bunch of runners on the road to make the drivers more aware of people on the road.
Thank you. Any further discussion, Councilor
My
Sargent?
apologies. I read through it and I didn't see it in there. I like them to go to Salem Charities, but this is an extenuating circumstance and a very good cause, so all is well. Thank you.
Any further discussion? Counselor Ryan?
I don't have any problem with it, but I just noticed on the next line where it says approximately how much of the race walk proceeds will be donated to these charities left line. They're going to give $1? Are they going to give a percentage? That question should be answered, but I don't have a problem with it.
Further discussion? Counselor Terrio?
Thank you, Madam President. Very briefly, I just recall that I see it as, that part of it's blank here, that they're giving money to the Kastner Scholarship Fund and to the Salem Rec Department. I recall from similar events, the amount that they give is generally around $1,000, but I don't know what it is in this one. It's certainly a question worth asking them how much. It's probably an oversight and they're not putting it in there, but.
Counselor Fumiko?
With that being said, could we ask for condition also prior to this event for them to let us know that? And then after the event, if they could get back to us and let us know the percentage they gave to these two? That way it would let us know going forward for future road races, approximate amounts.
Counselor Epley?
I second that amendment.
Thank you. Any discussion? Counselor Dibble?
Yes, thank you, Madam Chair. I just rise to clarify something. I think this is a worthy cause, but with regard to the good Ward 6 comments, Ward 6 councilor's comment on the slowdown for Ally, the driver of the car was a Salem boy who hit this girl in Marblehead, and it was proven by the police department and then reviewed subsequently that the young man from Salem was not speeding. So the stickers that we see everywhere that say slow down for Ally, while my heart goes out to that family of Ally, my heart goes out to the other family who has to see these stickers on a regular basis where he was the one who hit this girl and he wasn't speeding, but he has to see these things over and over and over again. Just want to point that out. He was proven not to be speeding.
Any further discussion? So we're voting on a motion, an amendment, Counselor Fumiko's amendment to her motion. All those in favor? Opposed? The matter carries.
We have a request from Wreaths Across
thank you.
America to hold a carnival to be run by Cushing Amusements at the Salem Willows, June 28th to July 2nd, from 9 a.m. to 10 p.m., and also that the application fee of $100 be waived for the nonprofit organization.
Okay, let the record reflect that Councilors Ryan and Lovely have recused themselves. Councilor McCarthy?
Thank you, Madam President. I move that this petition be granted.
Councilor McCarthy moves that this petition be granted. Under discussion?
Thank you, Madam President. This came up last year in front of the Park and Rec Commission. The applicant for Wreaths Across America, which is a wonderful undertaking to put wreaths on the graves of veterans in all the cemeteries in Salem, or try to do it. This is one of their major fundraisers for that. The discussion came up in front of the Park and Rec Commission. We had lengthy discussion. Initially, they wanted more days. It was back and forth last year. The event was on a different weekend, closer to the end of May, I believe, and it didn't really work, so the applicant looked for different weekends, and he came across this weekend, and he initially was looking for a longer time period where the 4th of July actually falls on Tuesday. He was looking to extend it all the way to the 4th, and with some urging, he pulled it back because there's just too many things going on in the city right now on the 4th of July, never mind in the Willows itself with their own events, with the parade and whatnot, and also with the fireworks downtown on the wharf. A lot of the police personnel are tied up, so in order to staff another event on that day seemed to be counterproductive. So the agreement was that, much like last year, the same amount of days, and that the equipment shall be removed prior to the 4th. So it went in front of the Park and Rec Commission. They voted for it. So it happened last year without an incident, so I'm hoping forward that it doesn't happen without incident this year, and I would look forward to a nice week for them weather-wise, and last year it tended to rain for them, and they can raise money and actually help their organization. And I know that through my discussions The Carnival Company runs it, and Reese Across America gets a certain percentage of what they take in, so what that is, I don't remember the exact percentages, but if the weather's nice and there's a good turnout, they raise some nice money for their event, for their charity, so hopefully it works. We'll see. It's always tough. There's a lot going on in the Willows as soon as the weather turns nice on weekends with different events, so to try to work another event into a time frame was challenging, because he came up with dates that I was like, okay, that's this date, that's for this, that's for that. So hopefully it works. We'll see.
Thank you. Further discussion, Council Repley.
Thank you, Madam President. I'm in full support of this. I just would ask as a friendly amendment that we incorporate all of the requirements as set forth by the fire chief that's attached to the application, just as that's incorporated within the order that issues from the City Council.
I accept that. That's fine.
Okay, any further discussion? On Councillor McCarthy's motion as amended by Councillor Repley, all those in favor? All those opposed? The matter carries. Further petitions.
We have 2 public guide license applications.
Councillor Ryan.
Move granted.
Councillor Ryan moves that these be granted. Under discussion.
No discussion.
Any further discussion? On Councillor Ryan's motion, all those in favor? All those opposed? Matter carries. Further petitions. Councillor Ryan.
We have 1 tag day application.
Move referred to Committee on Ordinances, Licenses, and Legal Affairs.
Under discussion?
No discussion.
On Councillor Ryan's motion, all those in favor? All those opposed? The matter carries. Further petitions.
We
Councillor Ryan.
have 2 drain layer contract operator
Oh, sorry.
licenses.
Councillor Ryan.
Move granted.
Councillor Ryan moves that these be granted. Under discussion?
No discussion.
Any further discussion? All those in favor? All those opposed? The matter carries. Further petitions.
We have 3 claims.
Councillor Ryan.
Move referred to the Committee on Ordinances, Licenses, and Legal Affairs.
Under discussion? Any further discussion under Councillor Ryan's motion? All those in favor? All those opposed? Unfinished business? None. Oh, did I miss one?
I just have a point of personal privilege.
Oh, sorry, go ahead. Yeah, Councillor Ryan.
A former city worker had passed away, Joe Turcott. He worked for the city for many years. He retired like in the early 90s. I think I was working for the park department in college when he was there. But he was a good city worker, and I asked him to do a moment of silence for Joe Turcott and his family. He did a lot for the city of Salem, the water department.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Just a point of personal, Mr. Turgot was the kind of city worker that could tell you what size pipe, sewer, water, what kind of valve. You mention any street in the city, and he knew what was underneath it. He had that institutional knowledge that really helped the city work. So.
Thank you, Councillor. Councillor Gerard.
Thank you, Madam President. Just a quick point of personal privilege that on Sunday, the 26th at, I believe it's at 10:30 in the morning, there is going to be a reenactment of Leslie's Retreat that is beginning, I believe, at the First Church, and need reenactors to come out and be North Salemites, to be the British, to be the South Salemites that came to the support of the North Salemites on that historic day in 1775. So please come out. It's going to be a fantastic, fantastic event.
The Patriots win.
Anyone else? Councillor Fury.
On a point of personal privilege, if I may, the chairperson of Public Health and Safety, Councilor Famico, is scheduling a meeting on the 25-mile speed limit, the possibility of sending that off to the state legislature for enactment by our part. She's asking, as I have requested that Eileen and Joe made a hard copy for each one of you, to make a list of cities, make a list of streets that you want to have 30 miles. That would be nice, instead of having 2 or 3 meetings, just to have 1 meeting. Beverly had 2 meetings to have put it all, dot the i's and cross the t's. Beverly passed it, I believe, and Danvers, and another city's passing it too. Peabody has passed it. So we're in the process, whoever you are, to put your streets down that you think would be 30 miles an hour. So Councilor Famico can set up a meeting within 2 weeks to see where we want to go with it. Thank you very much. On that situation, may I ask for adjournment, Madam President?
Counselor Fury moves that we be adjourned. All those in favor? We're adjourned.